going on, Rock Revolters? Shabby sitting here with Eddie of Suicide Silence, finishing up the Mayhem Festival here in Oklahoma City and on his way to Texas, I believe, to finish this out. So, Eddie, can you tell us what are some of the high points, if you had to pick one or two, for this festival all around?
Well, playing at home was always is always a big deal for me. We played Mountain View, which is a venue that I grew up kind of going to and seeing shows at. So to actually play there and be in front of the same people that I went to shows with, and seeing my friends crowd surf and go crazy, it was definitely a high point in the whole Mayhem experience. It was early set, kind of set the tone for the whole tour, and every day's been great since. Another highlight is actually getting to know everybody here, getting to go on stage and watch Korn every night, and just being on tour with Cannibal Corpse. It's like I feel like such a kid again. You know what I mean? Like both those bands were big influences on me. I mean, they're big influences on Suicide Silence as a band, and it's an honor to be out here playing with them.
That's awesome. And so some of these bands, like you mentioned, you've actually toured with before, like bands like Avenged Sevenfold, obviously. So how's it working with those guys, or running on tour again with some of those familiar, the bands that are probably influential, I'd venture to guess.
Well, I mean, we just got done with Soundwave Festival, and I feel like I've been on tour with a bunch of these bands since then. You know what I mean? We've seen each other in Europe. Hung out in Australia, came out here. Avenged, they kind of keep to themselves. They all do their own thing, but they've come out and said what's up. And Matt, I remember M Shadows right in the beginning of tour. He came out to Mark and I, and we were like leaving the bathroom or something, and he was walking through the hall, and he stopped us, and he said that he was really happy for us, and said that we were kicking butt. It's nice to see that. It's nice to be on a tour where the headliners can come and talk to the festival bands, and there's no separation of character. You know what I mean? There's no concern of being seen with the lower scum type of deal. You know what I mean? Like, these guys are all chill. They all come from the underground. They've all opened up for today, for instance, I just got told that Avenged opened up for Mushroom Head like years and years and years ago. And
who would have thought, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. And
nothing against Mushroom Head, just saying.
No,
that's amazing.
Exactly. Yeah. So the big thing is, it's like, they extend their arms out. They welcome everybody into the main world, into the main stage world.
That's amazing. So like you said, that set the tone right, just starting off in the home turf. Can't beat that feeling. So obviously now we're on the tail end of this festival, and I know it's been a long run, and You Can't Stop Me's been being well received. So how do you feel?
A lot of butt,
yeah, how's it feel seeing the crowd sing back your words? You know what I mean? What is that like?
It's pretty astounding. I'm lucky to be here. So for me, any kind of gift that the crowd wants to give me is a good thing. My biggest thing is going out there and having the kids sing Mitch's lyrics to me. You know what I mean? Like, and with me, that means the world to me, because it means that they're accepting me and that they're welcoming me into the world. And that's something that you really can't put a price on or put a feeling on. It
gives me chills just to hear that. That's amazing.
Exactly.
That's so amazing.
So it's definitely one of those things where I go on stage every day trying to do the best I can, trying to make sure that Mitch's legacy is held up to the highest of its potential. You know what I mean? When I go up on stage and the kids are receiving me so well, it makes me want to fight harder. It makes me push harder. So that's all I've been doing this whole thing. I'm getting a little tired. I've been on tour. We've already, in this year, we've already laid down almost 5 months of touring. We've hit Asia, Southeast Asia, Australia, Europe, Russia, and now we've hit the U.S. and some of Canada. And I'm definitely in need of some home time. My body's kind of shutting down. It's telling me it's time to go home.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So speaking of home, what do you have in the works for when you go back besides the downtime, which is well deserved, of course. But you know how most bands are. You know, they'll reach out after a point, talk about the new music coming down the line, or anything in the studio or anything like that. Anything in the works after this festival and the downtime is kind of over, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna continue hitting the road. I mean, this record still has a lot of life in it, and we still haven't played even more than 2 songs off the record, so it's about time to start playing some new stuff, and hitting the road and headlining, actually, like getting a full Suicide Silence rig out there, and making sure that the kids that have stuck with us, that are purchasing the record, that they get to see the full experience and they get a full show. You know what I mean? As much as Mayhem rules, it's cool to come out here and see us jam on this stuff. It's also you don't want to see your favorite band for half an hour. You want to see them for an hour, or a little bit more than that. So
like a headliner.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're going to be doing. I know that in the fall we have something planned that's going to be announced next Monday.
Oh, another one of those secret deals.
Yeah. So
tired of being asked.
I want to say what it is already, but because it's been in my head for a while. But very soon we're going to be announcing it, and you'll be able to retweet it or do whatever you're going to do.
All right, so we sort of are the first to hear it here.
Yeah, right. We're going to be hitting the road in October with some pretty solid underground death metal bands.
Well, that is awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a good club show. So stoked to be on tour in October, but definitely looking forward to some downtime.
No, it totally makes sense. And I'll just finish this out a little bit here. I know that you've been on tour, like you said, for the last 5 months. How has it been working with the label now? Now that you're on board with with current label.
Well, my previous band was already on Nuclear Blast, so Nuclear Blast is, man, they're like a second family to me. I've been with them for almost 10 years now, so it's feels nice, man. It's nice to have a label that you can stand behind, a label that has a lot of your favorite music. Judas Priest, Testament, Bay Area bands of Machine Head. They just joined. Slayer just got signed on. Suicide Silence is on. You know what I mean?
Amazing. I mean, to be in that company.
Meshuggah, Epica, a bunch of really crazy bands. Dimmu Borgir, not Behemoth. Behemoth's on Metal Blade, but yeah, man, we work with. I mean, some of the top metal bands in the industry. You know what I mean? Some of the top metal bands in the world. So, and they're all a part of our label, and it's really cool to be a part of a team that really knows how to get their shit out there.
Yeah, no, that's good. And if you just all the people you mentioned on that label, if they even all just went on tour together,
it would be monumental. It would be like a Mayhem.
Exactly, of your own, label. Well, awesome. Sorry, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie. But so great discussion about Mitch. The legacy involved. And the fans have received you well. Honestly, I remember catching you on one of the first shows, and it was like I had the chills hearing the music again. So personally, thank you for bringing that music alive again, and then excited to hear the new stuff. So last but not least, what would you say was one of your greatest influences, in music? If you can almost narrow it down to one or two.
I would say that the first time I heard Cannibal Corpse was what kind of sold me on the style, on the genre. And on the just like the idea that music didn't have to be so gorgeous all the time and pretty and heartfelt and emotional. It could just be brutal. And at that point, I decided, man, it's like I want to do vocals like that. I want to sing in a really heavy band. I want my vocals to be the heaviest thing out there. And yeah, man, it's kind of a dream come true to be actually on tour with them. But I'm influenced from all facets of music and life. From the Beatles to Mike Patton. You know what I mean? Like, to Prince to Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? I love music in itself, and if I can draw some kind of inspiration from my music from anywhere, I usually do. And for instance, like on this record, that there's Pantera influence, but there's also like Daft Punk influence, you know what I mean?
That's awesome. What a combination.
You know what I mean? It's like it's a little bit here and there, you know what I mean? There's Bone Thugs and Harmony influence, you know what I mean? Like, so it's one of those deals where I draw from all over the world, all over the world of music.
Well, awesome. Well, thanks. It's obviously visible on stage, and fans appreciate it. Like I said, I appreciate it. So looking forward to the set. Suicide Silence about to finish it out.
It'll be good.
Last few shows to go here before
yeah.
a well-deserved break. As you heard. Good things coming up in the fall. So be sure to check out the website, the usual social networking stuff.
Yeah. Suicide Silence Official on Twitter, Suicide Silence Official on Instagram.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. My personal is Eddie Herminda. If you guys want to talk to me,
good deal.
I usually try to stay up on it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, thanks again for your time, guys.
Thank you.
And Shabby here, and with Eddie, RockRevolt. We'll see ya. Peace.